Confessions Part 2.
Take
We had
two.
a glitch, and we are back. If we get another glitch tonight, our love for you is so great that you won't see us again. We're going to eat chicken wings if we get another glitch.
How many questions you got?
Just go.
Nothing. It's time to go.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, we do the show till we have no more questions, and we have no more questions. So, what can I tell you? Alan R. has joined us already. Alan Rushing, we love you, Alan. And he says, hey, Phil and Sam, checking in from the East Coast this week. Got to get the SoCal fishing updates, even though I can't get out. Thanks for keeping us sane, more or less. I know exactly what you mean. Alan, by the way, hey, while I got you here, I was fishing last night with Daphne. She did really great on the trip. She's headed to Taiwan. She wants to drop in on your pot belly knife guy and say hi to that guy in Taiwan and maybe buy a few of those knives. So remember to get with me so I can let her know about that. So really, what a world we live in now, man. Taiwan, and he's on the East Coast, and we're putting people together. It's pretty crazy, huh? All right, and by the way, we missed, what's that?
Don't lie to these poor fans and say you were fishing.
Fishing where? Oh, yes, I wasn't fishing. I was videotaping. My God. So we are, we had a bunch of questions on there. You're going to have to re-ask those questions, I think, right now,
Yep.
right?
I would think so.
Then we can catch up with you on that because we have no idea. Mackie had the brilliant idea of screenshotting it, but we figured you'd start coming over here. And we got 10 people back. We're up to around 100 people before we went down the tubes. Sam, what are you doing? Do you want to do this right now or do you want to wait?
I'll have to wait till the question comes back. Well, somebody was asking, and I don't remember for sure, but they were asking about the Sarda, Rapala Sarda lure.
The Sarda.
And
Is that
this
like a sardina?
It could be, yeah.
Sarda.
I think part of it is the same, kind of design as like your Marauder or Mad Max. The Mad Max lures kind of like came on the scene here, 6 years ago or something like that, 5-6 years ago, and it kind of took the fishing world by storm for a little while here during COVID and all that kind of stuff. It was kind of crazy. This Sarda from Rapala is a similar type lure. It's a little heavier, I think, for the length. And so for the guys that are going to maybe like troll a little slower, it might troll a little deeper on its own. Might be pretty good. It looks like it has pretty good hooks on it. It's got VMC hooks with a pretty good sized barb. I know that the barb is kind of like a point of contention for some people as far as what they want to see on some of these trolling lures. So this one actually has pretty good barbs. It says it's stable at high speed, up to 14 knots, which is kind of a sport boat, probably max speed. You know, I mean, I don't see
14 knots, you said?
Yeah, I don't think any sport boats are going to go that fast. So you're going to be within the limits of it, no problem. Whereas some of these guys that were on their center consoles and stuff were trolling like really fast. They were going like 14, 15 knots or something like that.
Yeah.
So this is going to be kind of maxed out at that speed. But it looks like a tough made lure. It's I don't know what it's made out of, but it's heavy. So I'm sure there's some metal in there. But this is the Sarda lure from Rapala. I got 3 colors up here, but I think I got 2 or 3 more colors on the shelf for you guys that are checking these out.
What do they retail for?
Shoot, I don't have it here. I thought I had one that had a price on it, but I want to say they're similar to the Mad Max, $55-$60, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, good stuff. They look like bitchin' lures. You know they're going to get bit, right?
For sure. I mean, nothing really new about it, as far as that. It's kind of has a top tie to it, which is going to force the lure down. And I'm sure if you watch some of their videos, it's going to say that it's a very unique swimming action. But I will say that it's heavier for the size. So I kind of like that. And it looks like it's going to be probably a little tougher, too. I know with the Mad Max, some of the guys were complaining that their poor 200-pound tuna was disrupting the swimming action of their Mad Max after they caught 4 or 5 fish. So, it's like, these things are tough, especially when you get them up next to the boat and that thing starts flying around and this thing starts going around and getting slammed. It is going to get affected in some way. I couldn't say that this wouldn't happen to this guy, but it definitely seems a little bit on the tougher side. That metal plate looks pretty thick, so should be pretty good.
All right, there's a new, and you have plenty available here at Island Fishing Tqckle.
We do.
All right, Dan Smith wants to know, was it me? I think it was. Hey, where's the ball?
It usually is him.
You could ask the ball if it was Dan Smith. Dan is watching from San Diego, California. Not with his wife, Kim, who is with her auntie today. I know all of these things. Was it Dan? So it shall be.
So it is.
Oh my God, it was Dan. Was it what? What did you do? Jeff Lingle, who is an incredible source for us. Good evening, says Jeff. And Jeff, I got to tell you, man, all of the stuff, the observations you send in my way are all coming true. He's been catching some Dorado and yellowfin tuna down there around San Martin Island, a little bit south there. Today, more yellowfin out of Ensenada.
Is that where he's at down there?
No, he's down below, but I heard from some of the guys out of Ensenada, they had some yellowfin today. More and more yellowfin, a few more Dorado starting to show up. Starting to get that warm water species starting to move in, Sam.
And that's just burning some fuel, man. He's like at Channel Islands one day. He's
Yeah,
down in
he's all
Ensenada
over,
the
man.
next. Jeez, man, this guy's busy.
He is all over the place. Dan Smith says, I get to watch live today. And he already had tuned in to Captain Danny Kadota's show, and now he is with us here. Thank you, Dan. We really, really appreciate it. Sam, appreciate you jumping on the Danny Kadota Show today. That was a lot of fun. Danny said to send his best to you. I forgot to
You got it.
do that. Give you a big hug for him. Jose Gravata. Sam, would a Cavala 5 2-speed be a good 30-pound reel?
Yeah, great reel. You know, that series from Okuma, prior to that was called a Metalloid. Pretty popular series. It's kind of like their entry-level, kind of reel that they have. I forget the exact price, but I think they're less than $300 for a 2-speed reel. I know that the newer series, which is the Cavala, they've upgraded it with some kind of a power handle, really nice reel. Great free spool. It definitely isn't as smooth as some of the other high-end reels out there, but we'll get the job done. So if you're looking for a kind of a budget reel, that Cavala 5 is a pretty good fit for that 30-pound test.
All right, very good. Alan Rushing is going to see if he can get Mr. Yan's address in Taiwan tomorrow. Thank you, Alan. I really appreciate that. Alan, to follow up, hey, Jose, finish your giant yellowtail yet? Hey, Alan, no, I'm rationing it so I can enjoy more. A little inside stuff going on. Jose, my boys are heading out on the Thunderbird tomorrow night without me. Can you believe it? Yes, I can.
Good for them.
Thunderbird's been doing good out there at San Clemente Island, and doing pretty darn good. There's big yellows. I mean, it's just everywhere this year. Sam, I mean, it's not hyperbole. I don't have, my thing is to let everybody know what's going on, and sometimes it sucks. And, but I'm not fooling around when I tell you, it's almost like, it's not supposed to be this way. Like, it's so much better now than when I was a kid. You would think it would get more pressure and go down the tubes, and it's the exact
like I said,
opposite.
This Sandbass, thing too, and I'm going to kind of harp on this a little bit, but this Sandbass, I think one of the things that's nice about it is that it provides kind of like that lubrication between, like, the super highs of the sea bass, and we want big yellowtail and the big tuna, and even for those species, you're not catching them all day, full speed, every single time. It seems like it.
Yeah.
Because the highs are so high, you know. So when you report 100, sea bass or more, that's going to get reported over and over. So it's going to seem like they're catching 100 sea bass every day.
Yeah.
They're not. But I don't know. I mean, I'd have to really kind of like figure out somebody to do the research. But I almost feel like they've caught as many sea bass this year as the next 2 best years put together. I would say yes.
So
this is
and halibut,
the best sea bass, the best halibut ever in the history of sport fishing. That fish counts have been been recorded.
I think you're probably right.
I would imagine so. So if you kind of like put that against fishing at Catalina this year, except for the sea bass, when the sea bass showed, that was really good. But the sea bass, the fishing in general at Catalina has been up and down.
Yeah.
And so you take a guy that's going on a 3/4 about Catalina and say, like, man, I don't know what these guys are talking about. The fishing isn't that good. Well, they've had some good days. And even up at the Channel Islands, they've had some days where they haven't caught stuff, or maybe the wind's blown and the trips got canceled. And so in between that, you have this sand bass that is just right out front. That is something that the 3/4 day boat can do. And then you mix in some calico bass with it. You mix in some barracuda with it, and you have all this kind of 3Bs type of fishing that provides all of the entertainment that you want out of everything else that's not this like crazy record fishing.
You know, people, they come in here and they can't get enough of this show. They absolutely, it's scintillating. It's so exciting, and it keeps our studio audience glued to our show. I cannot believe how good it is. Cowboys and everybody.
We take it for granted because this is what we do all day.
Yeah.
But it's such great to see the excitement.
The enthusiasm.
Yeah.
The excitement.
I mean, it really gives me energy.
It does.
To see.
It makes me want to continue this show.
It's reciprocated. That's the best word. Yeah.
Yes. You draw energy from it. It's transactional.
Yes.
You look out there and you see like
people are just hanging on your very last
every word.
Yeah.
They can't wait.
Can't wait for the next word to come out.
Yeah. I wonder what the 8-ball says about it.
It's lying. It says prospect good.
Oh, prospects are good. Well, prospects are good. Anyway, hey, we're still here. We're still going. Man, we're going to keep it rocking and rolling. You going to say something about those again?
No, I just
thought
wanted
you
to stand
were.
it up here. Just,
You know, the other thing about Sandbass is it's such a gateway fish for kids and other people to get them involved in fishing.
Yeah, you get them on plastics, you get them on jigs, and obviously on bait too. So yeah, it's a perfect species for that.
All right, Jose is explaining. He had a 55-pound yellowtail on the Pride a couple of weeks back. That is one nice catch with sonar on the Pride.
50-pounder, man.
That's a big yellow, man.
I mean, I would imagine in the last 20 years, 18 of them, we haven't caught a 50-pounder in California.
Yeah, probably true.
I mean, you know, we've had some big ones for sure, but a 50-pounder, that's just not something. I mean,
I've never caught a 50-pound yellow.
Have you? But I've caught a 50-pound yellow.
Yeah.
But in California, to be caught in California, I don't know. It's got to be maybe I'm exaggerating, but at 2, maybe at the most a year, I would think are caught.
Yeah.
If that, you know. So congratulations. That's a big one, man.
That's a nice fish, Jose.
And I've heard of more 50-pounders caught this year too.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Even that's kind of amazing.
Man, I just felt all year long with all that squid. We had it for so long, and I was going, man, that's the magnet. You know, in February, what the hell are you going to talk about? So I'm looking for any angle, and it was, but that squid, there was so much, and you got to think those fish are just gorging on it, right?
That Sandbass was spitting up squid.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
There was a lot of squid around.
Market-sized squid too.
Yep.
So I mean, that stuff's still around. Everywhere.
Man, yeah, that's amazing when you think about it. The ocean is alive. Just like our studio audience.
Just like,
All right, let's see. Jose is nice there. Growing up, I leave on a 2-day trip on the Ranger 85 on Sunday. Ranger 85, great boat. Jeff Lingle. Jeff, always great to have you with us. Oh, Easy this year is by far the best for white sea bass by a large margin.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the exact numbers, and maybe it's not twice as much, but I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if it's 3 times as much as what the next best year is.
I know,
it's
man.
Crazy.
It's like if you're not getting limits up there, now that's 3 fish per rod. You're like you said, the bar gets set too high almost.
I
And
mean, I would say twice a week they get limits.
Yeah.
You know, and that's 3 per person. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it really is. And there's been those kind of scores here recently, and that 100 halibut scored 97 on the Mirage yesterday. Another good one. The Cranker. Never any guarantees in fishing. You increase your odds by going versus wishing. That is brilliant. Yeah, can you write that down?
Yeah.
Can anybody write it down? Will you write that down, please?
No.
I guess the point is that you can't catch anything unless you actually go fishing. I think it's brilliant.
Are you going to write that down?
Chances aren't good if you don't go fishing.
Yeah, they're not good at all.
I mean, Mike, I don't know.
I think we can make a book with all this saying.
Yes, I think, you can make a book with all of this. That is absolutely so insightful and brilliant. I don't know if I've heard anything quite that good before.
This is the best. He should stop now. Quit while you're ahead.
Yeah, Mike, stop.
Yeah, quit while you're ahead.
Jason and the from Manila Ice Cream says, trust the 8-ball. Eating my Saturday catch of Sandbass now.
There you go.
We had his photos up on the morning briefing. He was on the freelance. I think you were taking a bunch of newbies out there. So, like I say, we were just talking about that, Jason, Manila Ice Cream. And there's no doubt, man. It's such a fun fish to catch, and it's so good. Hey, I know. You'll eat a Sandbass, right?
No problem.
I know.
Yeah, we brought 8 home last night. We're going to eat them this week.
Right?
No problem.
I know there are people that, with that turd roller, and all that crap. Yeah, I'm with you. Like a frickin' Boccaccio. Give me a break.
They're eating squid and a lot of anchovy.
Yep. Red Pill. I don't know if I've seen Red Pill for a while, but it sure is good to see you tonight. Good evening, Jen. Sam, I have an overnight trip this Friday on the Seabiscuit. They've been getting them. And tackle recommendations. What setups do I need? Thanks in advance. Hope you get some sea bass and halibut.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other part of that sea bass fishing. And it really hasn't been hard, 30, 40, 50-pound test. Most of the time just 30, 40-pound. But if they bite really good, you can probably get them on 50-pound. So, I mean, it's pretty dang simple. It's a dropper loop rig, a fluke, maybe a white TLC, tatty jig. And that's pretty much it, a couple sinkers, and you're good to go. So I would say, don't overthink it. It's pretty much like your rock fishing shallow water rock cod with 4 to 6 ounce sinkers and dropper looping. Those Aki twist hooks, which I think, are the popular hook these days. They have been kind of running out. We did get some more, and I posted that the other day, but I think we're going to run out here by the next day or two. But don't stress out. Just use a big hook. Any kind of mustad, 6.0 size hook, like a pretty good size hook, is going to be a good replacement if you don't have those Aki twists. But pretty simple. 30, 40-pound test is going to be really it. I mean, you could probably go down there or go up there with just a 40-pound rod and do just fine. But 30, 40, 50-pound test is, I think, where you want to be.
All right, perfect. Real time. I like the way this man thinks. He says, I say there are guarantees in fishing. Guaranteed to meet good people and have fun.
That's for sure.
Damn right, real time. We're all over that. Dean Tyke. Dean, good to have you with us, my friend. La Jolla holds a lot of big yellows. Yes,
Yeah.
La Jolla does, and some big sea bass for that matter. That's a great place to fish. Alan Rushing, good luck on the range. These guys are carrying on like a conversation with each other. All right.
How dare they?
Yes, really. Good luck on the Ranger 85, Jose. Bring a bigger scale so you don't peg out like you did on that last one. 55-pound yellowtail.
That's a big one.
Big nasty. Man, I was on this guy's beautiful, great podcast. It's good to have you with us. Good evening, guys. I'm headed out Thursday for a 3-day trip on the Excalibur. What's the word on what the bluefin tuna are biting? Tight lines. They are biting big nasty, and I'm hoping you're going to get them. Sam, what do you say?
Yeah, all your usual stuff, nothing pretty crazy. I know that earlier this year, the tungsten jig was kind of like the topic of conversation. And part of it, I think the conversation has kind of subsided a little bit because all of the bigger tungsten jigs kind of got sold out everywhere. But it really hasn't been like the only way to catch them. Any kind of 300, 400 gram knife jig, depending on the weather, has been working just fine. As small as even a 250 gram. So don't get too caught up in exactly having the exact one. Rail time, and really being at the rail when you finally find that biting school. That's probably the biggest part of it. That, and then knowing how deep you are, having your line either marked or getting line that's already pre-marked is probably the biggest factor in all your tackle. And even if you go with no knife jigs at all, I mean, they're still catching them on eddy bombs as far as I understand, which is pretty much just a 16-ounce sinker. And we sell those here too, rigged up, ready to go. As far as that, I know the daytime fishing has kind of changed a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Starting to bite a little bit.
Starting to bite a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's probably going to be more your 25, 30, 40-pound
It is.
fly line gear. Maybe some sinker rig type fishing where you fish that drop shot or a rubber band with like a 6 to 8 ounce torpedo. But other than that, it's still mostly a nighttime bite.
A lot of chovies for bait right now. So
Yeah.
that fly line, and Sam, we've talked about it in the past, but this is the perfect time to talk about how useful a spinning reel could be in these circumstances.
Well, we're not going to be casting a whole lot, but you're probably going to be having to add some weight, So, we have had a lot of guys coming in and buying those rubber core sinkers, something that we haven't really sold a whole lot of. And I was kind of advising them that, make sure these things don't break apart. I don't know how long they've been sitting over there.
Oh, yeah, really.
The rubber inside the rubber core can actually dry out.
Yep.
But yeah, rubber core sinker or small slide neck sinker, something like anywhere between 3/8 to maybe a half ounce, 3/4 ounce, something like that, to get your bait down in the zone. But yeah, you probably have to switch to a small hook, and we've all kind of gone through that, through these last couple of years with even sardine fishing. It's been the big secret has been using a small hook. But I think just like the Sandbass last night, with all the talk of a small hook, a 2.0 hook, and you're just kind of like impaling that anchovy from bottom, through the bottom jaw to the top, and disproportionately, we're using a sardine with the tiny little hook, trying
Yeah.
to be stealth, you know,
Yeah.
and what's the smallest hook I can get away with? Well, with the sandbass, you're using like a regular old, you know, mustad hook and just kind of dropping that thing down or getting bit. There is something about an anchovy that I think some fish are just more readily are going to eat if they're not as lively as like a sardine. The sardine, I think they're a little pickier, and your sardine, you know, if it has a bloody nose, that kind of thing, you know, it just doesn't get bit. Whereas a sardine, not that you can have a bloody nose, but maybe having that tiny hook, because I think guys are going to look at those anchovies and they're going to maybe go too small on the hook. I think the same size for, you know, Mutu hook or something like that is probably going to be okay for your daytime fishing, but you are going to have to add a little bit of weight to get your bait down. So just make sure you take a variety of tackle.
All right, very good. David Alcantar says, there's been good-sized yellows on kelps this year. Sure has, David. Had myself a couple of 20-pounders last week with those yellows. Was a bluefin tuna also. Yeah, some of these kelp patty forkies have been nice, man.
really?
I've been seeing a lot of private boaters. There was a guy fishing off of between Oceanside and San Onofre, about 10 miles out, and he was catching some nice yellows out there. Really nice quality, like what David is saying, like 20-pound fish. So those are nice kelp patty yellows.
Normally you get like little 5-pounders off of those things.
The Cranker says he just got racked by Phil. Any
Got
comment?
racked. I know. Oh,
I
man, poor
know.
guy.
Patrick
What'd you rack
Harjack.
him for?
I don't know, man.
Gosh, man.
Everybody's got to have a hobby.
The guy was just sitting there and you racked
No,
him.
I racked him.
Jeez.
I'm going to rack this guy here pretty soon.
He was sitting
What's
there
going
too.
on over there? We're going to have to focus in on that again one more time, maybe. Who knows? We'll leave that up to our directors out there.
Yeah.
Patrick Harjack. Patrick, good to have you with us, my friend. Did you see that crazy footage of some dumb guy trying to steal rods from the Fisherman's Landing tackle shop? Stupid thieves.
I hadn't seen
Did you
that.
see it? I didn't
No,
either.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. Well,
Especially over there, you know, I mean, it's like they got a few employees. And
yeah.
Not like you got to go pretty far before you get away. It isn't like you're just going to jump in a car and be on the freeway. So, I don't know, it's pretty.
Did you see the video of the hockey enforcer on the golf course?
I have not.
Some freaking drunk guy comes up to him and like takes a swing at him.
Really?
And the guy's like, "Hey, I don't want any part of this," and he keeps coming. And this guy, he grabs him by his shirt like a hockey player grabs a hockey jersey
Yeah.
and just friggin' knocked him into outer space. It was great. It was really good. Mike Krinkovich says that is a Jim Rome reference for a good take. Now I got it. So I think it's good. It's a positive, right? That I racked him, or whatever I did to him.
Yeah.
Jose Gravada, what is the proper way to attach a rubber core sinker? Never used one before. You remember? Oh, wait a minute. I skipped over a ton of guys.
Yeah, where are you
You want to
at
answer
here?
that, or you want me to go back? Hold on.
Well, rubber core sinker, you know, it's not too hard. They're
Man, I did.
Probably the main thing is that you got to make sure that the core, the rubber part of it, isn't twisted when you start. So you want to make sure it's flat. When you put your line in the slit where the rubber is, you're just going to kind of line it up there, and it has kind of 2 tabs. And you just kind of turn the one side one way 2 times, turn the other one the other way 2 times, and you're good to go.
All right, good stuff. Man, you fished albacore before with a rubber core. You ever have it slide down to the hook and then you lose the albacore? You didn't?
No, I always make sure I tie them up.
No, I had it happen numerous times. All right. Yes, I skipped over a ton of people.
But I have seen other guys that's happened too.
I'm right here, man. Happened to me a lot. Robert Graber joins us from up there in the 805. Good evening, Phil, Sam, and the Friedman Adventure family fanatics. Happy Tackle Shop Confessions Monday. Robert, always good to have you with us. Albert Ponce. Man, Albert's like, when's the next raffle so I can win something, man? Right? Albert's so good at that.
up.
Good evening, Phil, Sam, and all the Friedman Adventure family members. Albert, always good to see you, my friend. I see you down there at Blackfin all the time, having so much fun with Victor and all the guys down there. Good to see that. Dan Smith, hello, Sam. I said hello to Phil, Danny, and the Friedman family, but Sam is the man. There you are, man. Hal Cooksey. Hal, thank you so much for being here. Hi, guys. It was great to meet you, Sam.
Yeah.
We'll definitely be seeing you on my next trip to San Diego from Fresno. Was Hal in here recently?
Yeah, he was in here, yeah,
Really?
just last week, yeah.
Super good guy.
Super good guy, yeah.
He comments on a lot of our stuff. Hal, I'm glad you got to meet Sam. That is great. Alboy524, Wyatt Seabass on Fire was on the Endeavor 2
That's
day 2
amazing.
weeks ago. 120. white sea bass.
That's crazy.
It's ridiculous.
I mean, it's almost like, you see these black and white photos of like Avalon Tuna Club, and they got the fish like kind of on those wooden, whatever things are, and they've got like where you can't even see past them. It's like that. I mean, it must have been. I guess that's probably what it used to be like back then. And I bet you even back then that was a once a lifetime thing.
Yeah,
it wasn't like that was happening every day, but that's kind of what reminds me of those old pictures from like 100 years ago. I mean,
absolutely, man.
You were there, you remember?
Yes, I remember very well. Tom Durr and I used to hang out there. Robert Graber, man, speak about you made a reference to Avalon. He's in Avalon for a vacation, looking for the El Patron to yell at Mad Dog. They must be hiding from us on the West End backside. Hey, Robert, have fun on that vacation, my friend. And I think I'm going to see you this weekend or something. I have hats for Daniel Hottaway that you're picking up. You'll have to refresh my memory on that here in the next couple of days. Patrick Harnjack, red leadhead, and a whole squid. Used to be the ticket back in the day on the twilight trips. Pull hard and fast, get them off the reef as soon as possible. Well, a lot of these fish, to be honest with you, Patrick, are out in the sand.
Yeah, it wasn't too hard, man. You basically cast your hook or bait out, count to 10, put your reel in gear, and just wait, and Sandbass would just jump on. It was pretty automatic after a little while. It was pretty easy last night.
But that is a good rig that you mentioned there, Patrick. That was working. As I mentioned, Sam, to you earlier, I don't know if I've mentioned it on this show, but Daphne, the girl that won the jackpot and caught her limit of really big sandbass, I looked at her rig and I'm like, man, that's a little overkill there. When I first saw it, 8-ounce torpedo, fishing a nice big chunk of squid all the way to the bottom and consistently catching big sandbass. So that's something, if you're going on a trip, you might think about giving a try to. Tim Marquez is checking in on the Islander as they pass San Clemente Island. Hey, Tim, all the best to you. Thank you so much for checking in. The tax man, everybody is heading out on the Islander. I think he's on a 3-day trip, and I am definitely excited that he is on that trip, and he's going to have a good one, I hope, man. That should be fantastic. Jeff Lingle says, yes, we get fish about every trip on the Eddie Bomb, but conditions dictate the best jig. Listen to El Capitan. That is for sure, Sam. You definitely want to do that. When those fish are deep or you have some weather issues, you're trying to stay vertical, that Eddie Bomb works really, really well. Other times, as Sam said here recently, you can get away with, 180, 240 gram jig. It all depends on all of those things.
How windy it is, yeah.
Yep. Jose says, what is the
You
proper...
already got that one, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Here we are. I'm catching up. Speed Monster, looking to upgrade the treble hooks and split rings on a 100-gram Daiwa Sakana. What do you recommend for the daytime bite, Sam?
Yeah, so in that hook, you're going to be, an owner, what I use is the owner ST66, 1.0 and 2.0 for that 100-gram. Those are kind of the size. I kind of prefer the 2.0, but the 1.0, actually really good size too. I think some guys believe that 1.0 is going to have a little bit better, swimming action on that jig to retain the swimming action on it. As far as your split ring, I like using the number 6 Ultra from Owner, and 6 or 7, I believe, should work either way. But 6 or 7 Ultra would work good for that.
All right, Mad Dog will be back on the El Patron and out there on Wednesday. Robert, if you're going to be there, he's going to be looking for you. Nick Aguayo. Hey, Phil, Sam, Nick, thank you so much for being here, my friend. I'm thinking on going up there to see your show next Monday. Do I need to bring a pillow and blanket? Might not be a bad idea, Nick.
Maybe a Red Bull or something too.
Nick, touche, man. That's a good one. I got to admit, that's good stuff. Hey, I hope you're not kidding about that. I hope you come up here and watch the show. You're more than welcome. We're always looking for someone to buy the chicken wings at the end of the show. Jeff, what do you look for when deciding between using a jig or an Eddie Bomb? And Eddie Bomb is great for deeper fish and wind up over 12 knots, says Jeff. In slack or light wind, lighter jigs with action like the SK or Rip Roller are what we like. There you go.
There you go.
Tyler Tanaka, who did a great morning briefing intro from Cedros the other day. Good evening, Friedman family. Fried and Sam, that's me, Fried. I'm back from Cedros, but already having withdrawals for that surface iron bite. Yeah, that was great, Tyler. Happy to have seen you guys catching sea bass and yellows and so much more. Patrick Hornjack referencing that video footage. Ray from the tackle shop ran out after him, grabbed the rods out of the back of the guy's pickup, and then looked like they were going to fight, but they drove off. I'm reading like a moron for some reason, very stilted. There you go.
Right. That's
Okay.
crazy. Yeah. I'm actually I was just trying to look for the video. I saw the comment ahead of time, but I couldn't find it. I'm sure I'll see it tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. Watch the hockey guy beat the hell out of that guy, though.
Okay,
That's
I'll look
really
for that
good.
one,
I like
too.
that, man. Dansky, hey, guys, just got in here. What are those lures you have on display? Dansky, Sam's talked about it, but he's going to tell you again.
This is what you guys has got the Sandbass on last night.
Yeah,
Right?
Daphne. I said that's what she was using.
Yeah. She got an 8-pounder on this one, a 12-pounder on this one here.
Exactly.
Now, these are just some newer trolling lures from Rapala. It's a Sarda lure, a little bit heavier lure, kind of a top tie style lure, so it does dig down a little bit like the Mad Max. And I think someone had asked in the version 1 or episode 1 of tonight's show, and then we were just kind of catching up to it.
How many episodes are we doing tonight?
2, hopefully just 2 here, yeah.
Man, see, I get to say I did 1 live show,
Yeah.
2 live, now 3 live
live
shows.
shows, yeah.
Let's shut it up and do so I can say 4 live shows. We'll start over.
You say Z custom rods in a while.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Z Custom Rods. Z Custom Rods.
Is he back from Clear Lake?
No, I think he's still there. Cue Ball. Haven't seen you for a long time, man. Good to see you. Hey, you old buzzards. How's things going? We're doing good, man. It's awesome to see you here. Jason Cutter. Hey, Phil, can you give my father-in-law Buzz a shout out? He flew from Maine to go bluefin tuna fishing. We leave tomorrow.
Awesome.
Wish us luck. Buzz, get out there and put it to him. You're with a great guy, Jason. You guys are going to have a fantastic trip, and it's my honor to give you that shout out. You just have to do Sam and I a favor, Buzz, and that's send us photos of your great catch so we can feature you, my friend. Best of luck to you. Manila Ice Cream. Jason is back with us Sunday afternoon, buddy of mine. Fished Huntington Beach by the oil rigs, caught 30 sandbass, kept
you
his
go.
limits, and he had 2 donkeys.
Jeez.
Man, I'll
Good
tell
fishing.
you. It really is. Raul Almaraz. Phil, Sam, good evening. Sam, do you have any UC CP 76 XH blanks in stock?
I don't. Sorry, Raul. Give me a call tomorrow, and I can see if Randy's got some over there at the factory, or if he can cut me up one. So give me a call tomorrow and see if we can fix you up.
Dansky says he missed the morning briefing today. Dansky! My God. What landings are catching the big amounts of halibut and white sea bass? That's Channel Island boys up there getting them. But Sea Landing in Santa Barbara had a huge day yesterday with a $120 on the fish. But the Mirage is out of Cisco's. He had almost 100 halibut. Channel Islands is where the
Pretty
epicenter
much,
for
yeah.
that is going on right now. And it is spectacular. 03RSXX. Is that some car that you knew what it was? There was some guy that had
It
it.
could be an RSX kid, yeah.
Yeah. Witnessed a 100-pound black sea bass landed from the surf on a plastic with bass gear. That's pretty exciting,
That's pretty cool.
right?
That'd be awesome, yeah.
You should demonstrate how exciting that kind of information is
If
here.
I caught
Because
a fish like that, I would be this excited.
yeah, me too. I would too. Yes, definitely. I think you can pull it off. And so yeah, that's exciting.
Yeah. Imagine. I wonder if he had a crowd around him when he caught, because it must have took him like an hour to bring that in.
I'm thinking, man. Yeah, on a bass gear, a black sea
yeah.
bass in the surf.
That's
tremendous. Red Pill. Sam, thanks for the response. Sam, with ICAST upon us, what are your thoughts on the new Talica 40 and upgraded Talica 50?
Yeah, I mean, I think guys have been kind of waiting for a smaller reel, kind of in between the 25 and the 40. From what I've seen in the pictures, the 40 is going to be a narrow version of the 50. Same gear ratio, same kind of height. So it's in essence kind of a little baby 50, I guess. It's a smaller 50, but still kind of a pretty big size. The new 50 is taking on a lot of the traits of the new 20 and 25, in which they've kind of evened out the side plates. So the reel is going to seem a little bit smaller, but still retaining the same size spool. So pretty excited to see those. I've only seen them in pictures. I haven't put one in my hands yet, but I think they're going to be pretty nice. It's something that I also too is, I feel like it's coming a little bit late in the sense that I think a lot of guys have kind of gone away from the big reels, unless you're flying a kite or something like that. You know, if you got your own boat and doing some kite fishing for these big tuna, I think it's going to be an exciting release. But for the guys that are fishing local, that the Tqckle 20 and 25 is really kind of taken, you know, what people want and really made it so that that's what they want. So when we get them in, we'll post them up.
Shout out to our friends at SpaceX in Hawthorne, California, who are big fans of not only this show, but all of our shows. They can hardly contain themselves.
Yes.
Those kind of people just absolutely love this show. And like I said, the enthusiasm here in our studio audience is palpable tonight, isn't it? Yes.
I can hear it.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the electricity in the air, which screwed up our show earlier on.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, it really did. Hey, Mad Dog, Robert Graber's going to be looking for you here on Wednesday. Tyler Tanaka, have any of the full dory boats going to the Coronados, or have they all switched offshore? Yeah, Tyler, they are all offshore catching yellows and bluefin. It's been a little bit down, and then it's been really good. There's been some good hits. One thing all those guys have been telling me is that they are seeing tons of bluefin tuna. I don't know what they did today. I haven't looked into that, but they may well have gotten them because their feeling is it's going to go at any point in time. I know some of the guys out of Popotla who've looked at the Coronado Islands, and they picked a few more yellowtail here recently, so that's looking pretty good. Also, Albert Ponce, hey guys, taking reference to the guy who was trying to steal from the landing in San Diego, be careful when you unload your catch there. I also had to go into the parking lot to recover my 120-pound bluefin tuna.
Wow.
That's been going on down there for years. So you got to kind of pay attention.
You do. You know that. You know it's a crowded area down there. There's a lot of people. You know, just between all of the anglers coming and going, and people just kind of checking it out. I mean, it's something that I think has always been part of that scene down there. But it gets crazy, and you're excited getting off the trip. Checking out all your fish, talking to your buddies. But yeah, don't take it for granted that there's people out there that are just going to be looking for you to not be paying attention and take your stuff.
Albert, that's a very good tip for everybody out there. And yeah, the key is if Sam and I are down there together and I'm going somewhere, like hey, Sam, watch my stuff, or vice versa.
Exactly.
Just get a buddy to watch that. Manila Ice Cream, Mr. Sam, can you educate us on using rubber bands on dropper weights and the purpose?
The rubber bands typically are going to be on a torpedo sinker, and you're going to use that rubber band to attach your torpedo sinker above your hook. So this is where you hook, or you're going to tie on your bait or hook your bait, and then you put your torpedo sinker above it. And so you're just going to wrap the rubber band onto your lines. You just kind of loop it through like if you were I guess just put it through the rubber band itself so that it's just tied on there. You'll put it through the top eye or one of the eyes of the torpedo. There's no top or bottom. You put it through that, wrap it around the sinker, and then you're going to put it down through the bottom eye, then put your hook through that loop that you just pushed through that bottom eye, and then that's going to basically kind of wrap that sinker or the rubber band around the sinker and the line and keep it attached up there so it doesn't slide up and down like Phil's rubber core sinker. And so you're going to want to have that pretty far up, almost to where you can put that rubber core sinker like in your pocket of your hoodie or your pants or whatever while you're getting the bait, and then you'll have your bait hook in your hand. But you don't want to have that sinker up high or somewhere where it's going to be flying around, especially on the boat that's pitching around there to hit the guy next to you. So you want to have that sinker where there's enough kind of like tag past the sinker to your hook to where you can put that sinker in your pocket and still have the hook in your hand to hook a bait on.
Good stuff, everybody. Thank you so much. Make sure you hit that like button and make sure you come down here to Island Fishing Tqckle and visit with Sam in the very near future. He's open Monday through Saturday. He would love to sit and talk fishing with you and get you rigged up properly. Albert said that the guy, when he went in the office, that's when the guy stole the thing. He had to go out to his truck and pull it out of the back of his truck. What'd the guy say, by the way, Albert? I mean,
Sorry.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, I got mixed up with my fish. Yeah, right. Alan R says, hope you're enjoying Catalina, to Robert Graber, who's over there, and Quintin put a link up for the golf fight, but I'm not sure that it showed up. Sometimes they won't allow you guys to do that, but definitely worth your watch. Robert Graber, abso-frickin-lutely, Alan. It's their 29th year of going to Catalina Island for this great and awesome trip. So that is really fantastic stuff. As Mad Dog has been giving us some great views here tonight on the show, and I am absolutely loving it. It has been fantastic. All right, where am I going here now? Here we go. Jose Guevara, Sam, any must-have take on an upcoming 2-day trip? Any tips would help. Jose?
Jose, nothing really that stands out.
I give you
there
Sam de la Torre.
as far as anything that's different this year than earlier this year or last year. You know, your variety of sinkers for your fishing daytime. That's probably the only thing that's kind of changed here the last couple of weeks, is a little bit better daytime fishing. So a variety of sinkers to fish the sinker rig, but it's going to be mostly nighttime fishing. So you want to plan your trip accordingly. You know, make sure that you get enough sleep in the daytime, and if at all possible, basically you're going to stay up all night. I mean, that's really the name of the game. The only must-have besides just staying awake is having some way of being able to have your line either marked or have a line that's already marked so you know how deep you are. As far as what jig it is, you know, which brand or which color or nothing like that, it's probably most important to make sure you have a variety of sizes. So anywhere from 200 gram to 400 gram jigs is where you want to have. And I would recommend having a couple of each. You know, yeah, there are some times where maybe one color or one style of jig seems to be preferred, but nothing really that's in concrete where, you know, you can't catch a jig unless you have this one jig. Make sure but you might find that to be the case is if you don't have all the sizes, especially if you don't have a heavy enough one. I know that this year and last year we were kind of focusing on the small jigs, whereas before we were looking at 300 grams to 500 grams. I know this last year or so we were kind of looking at more like a 200 to 300 gram jig. Make sure you take those, but don't forget those larger jigs. If it's a little bit of wind out there, you're going to need it to get down to the zone.
All right, good stuff. Tyler Tanaka wants to know what's at the San Diego bait receivers. It's been mostly chovy, Tyler. Of course, that's a fluid kind of situation. You know, they can make sardine tonight or whenever, but there's been guys on 3-day trips with straight chovy.
Yeah.
So that is what's been going on in that neck of the woods and elsewhere also, for that matter.
Yep.
All Pro Pest Control Incorporated. I was just informed that some of the bluefin tuna are biting on the poppers today. I'm on the Legend tomorrow night. Which popper do you recommend? Is it worth the investment? Tuna Riot poppers from Friedman Adventures. Sam, however, will tell you what he likes. Tuna Riot poppers.
So these are the feed poppers from Japan. The 150 millimeter, 175 millimeter. These are basically the two that kind of started it all. Everyone's pretty much copied those, and you'll see those around. So one of these or something like it. These are kind of the ones that are the hot ones, so to speak. This Tqckle popper for a couple years, and I'm sure it still would be very, very hot. And Nomad also has a really good one. We got a bunch more over there as well. As far as it being worth the investment, I mean, I would say yes. You never know when that can be a thing. I wouldn't definitely say that you got to come over here and buy 20 poppers and a dedicated popper rod. Probably just something that you can cast, you know, one of these things with, which is going to be a jig stick, hopefully, if you have something like that, or even just a 8-foot, like 50-pound rod. If something like that would probably be appropriate as well, as long as it's something that you can cast. So you really don't need to add a whole bunch to your tackle, except for the poppers for sure. Obviously, to fish poppers, you got to have a popper. And, you know, I'd probably at least buy one and take it with you. You never know. It might be a thing.
Live Free, Die Free says hello, and All Pro Pest Controls. His name is Joseph Wilson. Joseph, thank you so much. Paul Yamaski, I ran a photo of Paul today with a big 50-pound halibut. That was great. Hi, Phil and Sam. Hey, Phil, the guy in the photo I sent you is Carrie with the other halibut. Okay, I didn't know that because I don't think you sent that in there. We were fishing on Tony Yamori's Cabo time. Tony is David Yamori's father. Oh, great. Oh, and you mispronounced my last name. Remind me to never run another photo of this guy as long as I live.
You even did it when you read his name.
Yes. Okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sleep deprived here, Paul. Jose, Sam, between the two different ways to fish the sinker rig, which do you prefer? And is having your line marked crucial when fishing a sinker rig?
I do prefer the drop shot rig, although I'm always going to be open to the chance that maybe using the rubber band is going to be a better way on a specific day. And for sure, you want to have your line marked for that too. It's the same kind of deal. Those fish are going to be coming through at different depths, and you want to make sure that you're at the right depth.
All right, good stuff. Let's see. Tyler Tanaka. Tyler, great to have you with another question. Sam, do you have to go to live bait, hook, brand, model, and size for Chovy?
Do you have a go-to?
Yes. Do you have a go-to? I am sleep deprived here.
Do you have two go-to?
Yeah, where do you have to go to get one?
Yeah.
You got to go to get your go-to to Island Fishing Tqckle in Carson, California.
So yeah, Tyler, for that, I mean, for that yellowtail, a small J hook, something in the even a mustad, it really is going to be more depending on what size line you're going to be using. But mustad has some pretty cool stuff. That 94 140 is a really nice one. I think they make it down to a size 2. In the Gamakatsu, they have a live bait hook that goes down to a size 4. Maybe even an owner gorilla. I think they make it down to a size 6 or something like that, whatever the smallest size there. But a couple of different ones there, J hooks that will work really good for fishing yellowtail. For that tuna, honestly, I kind of like fishing the tuna with a J hook when it's on that small bait. I think it just stays alive better. Hooking a bait with a circle hook is a little bit tougher on the bait most of the time. But that being said, if I had to use a circle hook, I would going to be either using that size 4 Gamakatsu Nautilus, or maybe even, I know that on the blacktail hooks, they have them down to like a size 8 circle hook. It's going to get a little bit small in the diameter, and you're going to be limited on the size line you can use, maybe 25, 30-pound test on some of those. But they do make them smaller size. So you do got some options.
All right, very good. Jose Gravara says, sorry for all the questions. The little details make a difference to me. Hey, Jose, every time you ask a question, there's another 20 people out there who have that same question on their mind.
Just be aware that some days it's going to be one way and some days it's going to be another.
Yep, there you go. And Paul, I'm not going to read his last name because I would not want to mispronounce it.
Yamasaki, it's pretty easy.
Paul, what did I say? Yamasaki.
You said Yasaki.
He might get mad at you.
You said something else, dude. What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Can't read?
Paul, I'm just going to say, Paul, all
glasses.
good, brother. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Paul. I deeply appreciate it. Travis Bright. I heard there's a rumor of Mackie possibly joining me on the Island Spirit Thursday for the Channel Island Shootout. He mispronounced Mackie. What a dope. Can we confirm or deny? Come on, Mackie. Get up here. Mackie? Oh, you're going to come in and say something. Yes, please.
Yeah, if this hematoma goes down.
Oh, he's got a hematoma. Have you ever had one of those?
Hematoma.
I think it's not hematoma. It's hematoma. You mispronounced it. What's wrong with you? Man, I'm telling you. Bad, man. Bad. Jeff Lingle. Jeff, this show is going down the tubes fast. Drop shot for sinker rig is the only way we fish. It stops tangles.
It won't hurt, though.
Yeah. What?
If the show's going down fast, we didn't have very far to fall.
Oh, I know. But we only have 2 questions left, man. How can we end this show, though? I mean, it's the energy that we are drawing from this show tonight.
If you finish reading the question, that's how we can end the show.
All right, here we go. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, Raul. Raul, should I say his last name?
Almaraz.
I'm afraid. Almaraz. Okay, is that okay, Raul? Do I have that right? Thanks, Sam. I'll call you tomorrow. Yesterday, I bought a pair of Bubba 7.5 forged fishing pliers and tried cutting braid and couldn't do it. Problem with mono, but I need a good setup of pliers.
Well, come on down.
All right, good stuff. Robert Graber, Tyler, San Diego Bait Barge reports 3 to 5 inch anchovy as of today. I need to run. Robert's been sending me the bait reports for 3 years, and I don't use them. I'm going to start posting them.
5
Robert.
5-inch anchovy is pretty healthy.
Yes.
Yeah, no problem there.
Wayne Shimabukuro finally figured out how to drop comments in
Wing
there.
time, baby.
He's been all over it. Wing time, boys.
Come on down, Wayne.
Come on, Wayne. Get your butt down here. What are you doing? Robert Graber, Travis, have fun on the Island Spirit on the shootout. I won't be there this year. It's all up to you. Yeah, and Travis, I need to talk to you tonight about something, so I'll give you a call from the chicken wing joint. Yeah, good luck up there, my friend. Alan, Sam's Japanese pronunciation is excelente. Perfect. Robert Graber, to lead them to victory.
Woohoo.
Yes, who to victory?
The wand tournament.
Jeff Lingo's given us like permission to go eat.
Yeah.
Man, how long have we been doing this show? An hour and a half.
It says, hurry, get off this thing so I can change the channel.
Yeah, really. Holy moly, is that Scott Bucher hiding in the T-shirts? Is he back there? We've lost the head, man.
T-shirts,
I don't know where it is. We have lost Scott Bucher. I don't know. Jason, are we done?
I'm done.
Are you done?
I'm done for sure, yeah.
Yes. I don't know, though, but our studio audience, I don't know if they can get... hey, wait. Don't mispronounce Scott Buchert's name, says Robert
Scott
Slager.
Boucher.
Robert, what is it? Is it Buchert or Buchert?
Boucher.
Boucher. Scotty Boucher. I had 561,000 phone calls from Scott in the last 2 days. He wants his check from the El Patron. I'm supposed to pick his check up, and I told Chris last night, man, do you have a blank envelope? I want you to hand me the check and then have it blow overboard. And then somebody shot this video. I'm sorry, Scott, it blew over. Scott, I've got it. I tried to cash it at a check cashing joint today, and I'm going to have to try another one, see if I can do it. Sam, how can people come down here to Island Fishing Tqckle and visit you and buy some tackle and do all of that great stuff?
We are here Monday through Saturday, 10 to 6, 21809 Avalon Boulevard in the city of Carson. Phone number is 310-707-1205. And you can reach me either email or call down here or email sam@islandfishingtqckle.com or on social media at Instagram or Facebook.
All right, Live Free, Die Free says, hit that like button. We really appreciate you doing that. Subscribe to the Friedman Adventures YouTube channel. Tick that rotten, filthy, despicable little bell, and you'll be notified when there's new content. Don't forget Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Apple Podcast, and Spotify. Morning briefing tomorrow morning when I intend to butcher at least 3 names. I will mispronounce 3 of you suckers' names out there. Don't forget to hit that like button, says Alan. Thanks, everybody. Sam, always a pleasure.
Yeah, man.
Chicken wings. Here we
Time for
come.
wings, baby.